It's a beautiful sunny day outside, so let's be gloomy and think of something I hear so many times from you. What if Vanguard goes bust? I'm Marta, welcome back to my channel. If you're thinking of investing and see people like me sharing their investment journey on YouTube, you might have wondered, can Vanguard go bust? It's a very valid question and a pretty common worry. After all, we hear about different companies going under, so why wouldn't we apply the same type of thinking to Vanguard, right? So let's address it today and see what's coming up in this video. First, what we talk about when we talk about Vanguard. Then, can Vanguard go bust? And finally, what if Vanguard goes bust? So, first things first, what is Vanguard? When we discuss Vanguard, there's more than one thing we could be talking about. And when we ask, what if it goes bust? We need to be specific about which Vanguard we actually mean. There's the Vanguard Group, the investment manager, and there's Vanguard investment funds. And finally, here in the UK, there's the Vanguard UK platform, Vanguard Asset Management Limited. So which one do we mean? Let's start from the very end. Vanguard UK, as we all know, is a trading platform. You can see me using it when I do my portfolio updates. Just like the platform you use for trains when you want to get somewhere. So it's a starting point, giving you a possibility to go places. In case of a trading platform, to buy funds. So imagine you're standing on a railway platform right now. So there are trains coming and trains going. And these trains are different funds. Vanguard Target Retirement Fund leaving in 2 minutes and Life Strategy 100 arriving in 10 minutes. Pretty simple, right? So let's talk about ownership. In Britain, your railway station with your platform is owned by Network Rail. The trains are owned by different companies. From my local station, I can get a train owned by the Transport of London or a train owned by Govia Thameslink Railway. It's a small station, so not many funds to choose from. But let's focus on Vanguard only. The station, meaning the platform called Vanguard UK, is owned by the Vanguard Group. The trains are Vanguard investment funds. And here's the twist, or maybe something that will make perfect sense to you. These funds own the Vanguard Group. Let me repeat, the funds own the Vanguard Group. So can you see how it's all connected? How hard it would be for each of these three Vanguards to go bust? No? Let's take a closer look. Vanguard UK is just a trading platform. It's owned by the Vanguard Group, an American investment company with its headquarters in this building, in Malvern, Pennsylvania. Speaking of Malvern, have you ever been to Great Malvern in the UK? They have those amazing hills, and I went there once to do some running, and it was fun. So if you're into running or walking and you're a bit tired of your usual route, book a trip. You won't regret it. Okay, where are we? Yes, Vanguard UK. So it's pretty obvious that for it to go bust, the Vanguard Group would very likely have to go bust as well. But if it's not the case, if it's only the Vanguard UK platform that goes under, the Vanguard Group will find another broker. That's it. Now, what would need to happen for the Vanguard Group to go bust? Well, what would it take for your railway station to close down? No trains stopping there, yes? And by proxy, no passengers interested in getting trains from that very station. It's exactly like that with the Vanguard Group. For it to go bust, all the funds would need to go under first. In other words, the value of all the stocks and bonds held by each and every individual Vanguard fund would need to go to zero. How likely is that? Extremely unlikely. And now I can already hear some of you say, okay, fine, but what if it does go bust? All right, let's assume that it does. The Vanguard Group goes bankrupt. What next? Here's where our railway analogy kind of ends. As a passenger, you don't own trains, but as an investor, you own funds. It's a beautiful chain. You own Vanguard investment funds. Funds own the Vanguard Group. And when that final link, the Vanguard Group, becomes insolvent, you keep owning the funds or stop owning the funds. I hope you guessed correctly. You keep owning the funds. Wait, I don't get that train analogy. Oh, okay. If you don't, then maybe think of Unilever. Sounds familiar? A huge British company. How many brands does it own? 400. So Dove, Lynx, Magnum, Hellmann's, Lipton, all these companies are owned by Unilever. Now turn the structure upside down. These brands own Unilever. And this is exactly how Vanguard Group is owned by all the Vanguard investment funds. These funds are separate companies and Vanguard manages their business. For example, tells people working at the fund what to buy and when, for a fee. That's all. So now what? I hope that by now you know that you can sleep well if you invest with Vanguard. It would be very, very hard for the Vanguard Group to go under. But never mind, we were trying to imagine exactly such dire scenario. You wake up one day and there it is, first item on Your Money page of BBC News, Vanguard Group goes bankrupt. So you start pulling your hair and wonder, what the hell do I do now? But let's take a step back and see what's just happened. In a few words, we lost our investment manager, the Vanguard Group. Did we lose our shares of the funds? No. So obviously we need to look for a new investment manager. And this is exactly what happens next. Ever heard of FCA? It's short for Financial Conduct Authority. The guys who set rules for financial companies, and Vanguard is one of such companies. So as a rule, FCA makes sure that your money is held separately from Vanguard's money. The Vanguard Group, the investment manager, goes under, but your money and your assets are not in the same account. Phew! So Vanguard will have bank accounts where it keeps its own money and a separate set of bank accounts for your money. The shares and bonds you bought, so your funds, will be held separately in a custodian account. What does it mean? It means it's a third-party account. There's a clear distinction between money and assets. And why is that? When it comes to the worst, the administrators can decide really easily in that scenario what belongs to who if our manager goes bust. The job of custodians, so independent banks in Vanguard's case, is to hold and protect your assets for you, so your Vanguard shares of funds. They cannot take your funds' assets if that's what you worry about. As you remember, funds are individual investment companies and part own the investment manager, Vanguard Group. So these funds will continue to operate, and so now all they will do is simply replace their investment manager with another company that will provide the same services. Your money will be returned to you as quickly as possible or transferred to another provider. Ultimately, your major risk is an inconvenience because it will take time, not a financial loss. This also applies to a situation in which the Vanguard funds go bust, by the way. Again, the assets a fund holds are still there in a custodian bank, separate to Vanguard funds assets. Okay, so what about the 85k FSCS protection? It's a good question, and I'll talk about it in my next video, and it will be out in exactly 3 days, so make sure you watch it. This is it for now, guys. I hope you're feeling more at ease now and more confident about investing with Vanguard. It's quite a special company with quite a special structure. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't find it useful and you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. We're all adults here, we can take some feedback. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.